Yeah, sunny days, no clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break.
These are all propagations that I took from the last big shipment. They all have been in this container for about 2 weeks now. I have not taken them out of here. I've just been changing the water, so I have no idea really what's in here anymore, and I don't know the status of like their roots or anything. So as you can see, I have a large bouquet of propagations here. There's a ton of stuff in here. I really don't remember exactly what's in here. So I am going to take them out today and check on the roots and get them into their own containers. I just stuck them all in one container this time because I was really busy and I just didn't have the time to like get with this. You guys remember James, he's usually on top of the propagation, so he has been changing out the water for me, and now I'm ready to address this and check on some of the roots, and then hopefully in a few weeks we can get these potted up and on the shop as well. Some of these plants are going to be future mother plants. Majority of these are either mid cuts or top cuts. Usually when I do sell the plants, if I propagate, I will always cut the rooted bottom and sell it as is, and then keep the top, reroot it, cut the bottom, sell it, and keep the top. And that's how I keep the rotation on the shop like that. I don't really keep these really for myself. It's more so that I could have a ongoing stock of props for the shop. The Espoleto was a top cut, and I think also a mid cut is in here maybe. And the reason I did that is because now I can focus on growing this plant big and sell bigger versions of it, and also have some small ones as well. So it's always nice to have a good stock of mother plants. So let's take a look in here and see what we got. Let's just start taking these out. I have this little plastic lid that I'm just gonna lay them on so that I can get them like all sorted. I just really hope that I had a lot of them in the water. This first one is a Hoya finlaysonii, also known as a Hoya chicken farm. This one still does not have any roots. So here is another chicken farm. Hopefully you can see, but this one's starting to put out a baby root there. And normally I don't let this go on too long like this. I should have been more on top of this, but I've just been so busy, so all I've been doing is changing the water out. So this is Hoya Sarawak. This one is not doing good, so I think I'm gonna cut it in between and try to reroot like that. I'm just gonna cut it and then cut off the dead. And then I'll probably stick these guys in like a perlite water cup so that they can like sit straight up so they don't sink in the water. We have a philodendron mammii, which is starting to put out a little root here, and it has some roots on the side. This is also a mammii here. It already had these aerial roots, but looks like there's nothing really happening yet. So I'm just gonna put it to the side. I am gonna trim the ends because they're a little black, and just cut the bottom. Okay, this one's pretty good. This is Philodendron Florida Beauty. There is some roots down here as well. It's looking pretty good, and it also has a growth point coming, so that's really good. I think what I'm gonna do here though is actually cut this because there's 2 growth points, so I'm just gonna cut it in the middle. And then when these both put out their second leaf, then I can probably sell them. We have these 2 guys now. Now they both can focus on their own roots. Okay, this one's been growing. This is Hoya fungii. There's some little roots growing here. This is Philodendron Burl Marks variegated. It did have an aerial root already. I'm trying to put it so you guys can see. It does have some secondaries on there, so that's good. This is a top cut of Philodendron Red Anderson. It's growing some roots here. This Red Anderson is probably gonna be really nice, so I'm really excited for it. I now have 3 mother plant Red Andersons so that I can prop a lot of them, so that you guys can get them at a cheaper price, like at a smaller size, because they are kind of expensive. This is another Philodendron Florida Beauty, and this one just has the original aerial roots. It does have a growth point coming in here. It also has like a little aerial node here, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that, and once this starts growing roots, I'm probably gonna cut it here. Okay, so here is the big Espoleto. I'm trying to fit it in frame. The idea with this one, like I was saying earlier, is for sure this has to be a mother plant, and then I'm just going to keep chopping it. I would really love to put this in semi-hydro, but considering this does need some type of support, sometimes it's a little hard doing a semi-hydro like pole. So I think I will pot it in my potting mix in like a really big pot at some point. And then I think with this plant, I would like to get a plank or something so it can keep growing these big leaves. It does have some aerial roots here. It does have some rot as well, which it looks worse than it is. Only the tips are rotted. The rest of it is just dark. I guess because I think maybe it was in soil or something. I don't remember, but this one has the bottom leaf, and then it has 2 more leaves up here. So I think I'm just gonna cut it so that they both can focus on their own roots. Like that. I'm not afraid to cut plants, and I don't think that you should be afraid to cut plants. I know it's a little like, oh my gosh, why are you cutting them? I'm cutting them specifically so that we can have more, and that's how things are with my shop. I do a lot of propagation on the shop, which means I am going to cut the plants that I get so that I can keep producing more. I'm not a greenhouse where I can just have 100 different variations of the same plant just potted up and ready to go. You have to understand this is a smaller scale store. So when I do get big plants or plants in general, I do take propagation specifically so that I can grow them and sell them. And the same thing goes with the alocasias. When I get the alocasias in, I do 100% take the corms and I grow them out so that I can sell them to additional customers. I will sometimes leave some of the corms on the plant, but majority of the times I do take them off so that I can keep having an ongoing stock for you guys. So I don't have a problem with sharing them with you guys so that everybody can have some. I don't want you guys to think that I just am keeping a lot of these things, because I'm not. Everything in here besides my plants over in the back is for sale. And when I take propagations, it's so that I can have a ongoing stock for my shop. Usually with the alocasias, sometimes the greenhouse does pick them off beforehand, but the previous batches, they have left them. So I did take them and they are growing really nicely and they will be for sale very soon. That allows more people to get one, and it allows more people to get one at a cheaper rate because those big alocasias are not cheap. And it might be out of budget for people. So a lot of alocasia specific sellers do keep their corms and they do sell them. That's what keeps them in business. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know that there was some confusion on why I was keeping them. I'm not keeping them for myself. I'm keeping them to provide them to other customers. This is a top cut of the strawberry shake. This one is for sure going to be a mother plant. So that I can keep cutting this one and selling it as well. Here is what the roots are looking like. It has a little fuzzy root here. These are the previous aerial roots, so I'm just gonna cut the ends because it does have some rot on it. And honestly, I'm not a fan of the strawberry shake, so like honestly, I don't really want this plant in my collection, but it will be good for the shop. Looks like this one is yellowing, so we'll keep an eye on that, but it does have a new leaf coming in. And then we have a Pericio Verde here with a new leaf. This one does have a fuzzy aerial root as well, so this one's doing pretty good. And then we have another Pericio Verde. This one does have some secondary roots coming in as well. Lastly, we have Monstera Esqueleto. This one is a leaf that looks like it's unfurling, and it does have some aerial roots here. It just has a little bit of rot on the bottom there and on like some of the edges. So that's everything. So not too much like rotted pieces. So what I like to do is I like to take all the props to the sink, and then I will just use like a little scrubbing tool and I will just kind of clean up like some of the black pieces. I just use one of those nail brushes, those little tiny brushes, and I just scrub them. And just pick off some of the extra rotting pieces, and then I just give them a nice rinse, and then I'll put them back in their own container. Some of these I might start propping with perlite. I will be back to show you guys what they look like in their own containers. for the Hoyas like these, I'm gonna just do them in a little perlite and water cup just so that they can sit upright and they're not like drowning in the water. So I'm just gonna put them in these little plastic cups. I get these cups from Amazon. I'm just using regular size perlite for these guys. That should be sufficient enough. And then I just stick them in like this. And then I'm just gonna fill it with water. This is just another quick method of doing some like semi-hydro potting up. This just helps keep the plant like in place, but it's still gonna be a water prop, if you know what I mean. Hoya propagation is really easy. It is confusing though, because you don't really ever see like the nodes kind of. The roots kind of just pop up. A lot of Hoya sellers, I've heard, they just cut their Hoyas and they just stick it right back into the potting mix and it works great for them. So yeah, Hoya propagation is pretty easy for the most part, and it's quite fast too. I feel like they root really fast. I also realized I had 2 more propagations of these Syndapsis Jade variegated. These ones weren't doing so good, so I'm going to get them in this perlite cup with water and see how that goes. I actually had propped them and stuck them in potting mix because they had a few aerial nodes, but for some reason they rotted right away. So I just trimmed them back. I'm just gonna stick them in this pot together. Then we have this guy here, and I have a few others that are exactly like this in the perlite cup, and they're doing great. I'll give you guys an update on all the small props that we have going on too, like the alocasia corms and the other Syndapsis cuttings as well. These are all the props for right now. I'm going to just put them in a bin and put them under the shelf like how I always do. Moving on, I need to start working on this week's restock. I have a few plants that are going to go up this week. So last week I specifically left out a good amount of plants for the restock because I wanted to be able to bring some back this week. So that's kind of going to be the thing. I'm only going to be bringing a couple at a time throughout the month. The first week of the month is usually when I do a really big restock. Another thing that happened last week was on Sunday when I was packing orders, I was getting a huge influx of orders while I was packing. So I decided to lock the shop down until the next restock, which is happening tomorrow on Thursday. The reason I did that was so that I could focus on getting all those orders packed up and ready to go. It took me about 2.5 days to get everything packed and shipped out, but I'm glad I decided to lock the shop down so I could focus on that. So now tomorrow the shop will be reopened and there will be a restock for everybody to shop over the weekend. So I'm just gonna go around the room and start picking out the plants that I know that need to be restocked, and then I'm going to take pictures of them, edit the pictures, and then get the listings up and have them scheduled for tomorrow. I've been waiting for this Monstera Esqueleto to unfurl its leaf forever. I want to get this on the shop so bad, but it's like not unfurling the leaf. And the roots are crazy in here, so I don't know why it's taking so long, but once it's finally ready, I'm definitely gonna get this one on the shop. Finally, you guys, finally, the ties are ready. Well, at least this one. It's finally putting out fuzzy roots, thank goodness. So this freaking tie has put me through absolute hell. It's doing the best like this in perlite. I'm gonna sell it as is, but I'm also going to note in the listing, be mindful of this plant. This is a semi-hydro plant and it's been in water for at least 6 months. I just recommend keeping the plant as is. I think that's just best for the plant at the moment. We have a few things this week. Like I said, we're not gonna be doing too much stuff at once. It's just more manageable for me to do a little bit at a time. But everything else in here is pretty much already on the shop. It's just locked down, so nobody really got to shop any of it. So it is kind of like all brand new again. I do have to do some labeling for some of these as well and clean them up because they're a little dirty before I get pictures of them. But We have these two little Milano Chrysanthemum starters. They both have 2 new leaves coming in. We have this little Alocasia fried egg variegated corn. This one is ready. I am going to give it some fresh perlite as well because it is starting to get some algae. We have one more on the shop as well, so we'll have 2 of the baby fried eggs this week. And then all the other little fried egg babies, they're still growing, so those will be available in the next few weeks as well. I'm going to add another one of these Hoyas here. I still don't know how to pronounce this, guys. I really need help. Is it Hoya Schlickliana? Something like that? I don't know why it's so hard for me to say, but we're gonna have another one of these go up because we did sell a few of them. And I did have a lot of these like kind of backstocked. I'm gonna put this guy up there this week. This is a Philodendron Bromarx variegated. This is a possibly reverting specimen. I say possibly because it did come from a variegated plant, so there is a chance it could start sprouting some variegated leaves. We do have one Monstera albo going up this week. This one has also been propping for some time and it's in perlite, so it's gonna ship like this. This is the older leaf, another older leaf, and then this is the newest one. So sometimes you really just don't know what these plants are gonna do because looking at this variegation and the way this one was, I was not expecting this one to come out like this. And then we have one more Esqueleto going up. This is just a 1-leafer. It did have a second leaf when I propped it, but it did die off because it was the oldest leaf. But it does have a growth point, so I usually wait for a growth point to show before I sell it if it is like a propped plant. So this one does have a growth point, so it is ready to go. So we'll have this one. It does have a little bit of damage here. I will note that in the description as well, that it does have a slight rip. And like I told you guys before, finally we can get this tie up and on the shop. That's what the leaves are looking like at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these plants labeled. Some of these plants don't have labels, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done really quick. This week I'm also going to be restocking the custom pond mix. These are the bags that I currently use. These are actually my older bags. Now I use like a bigger plastic bag, but for pond specifically, I feel like these bags work great because I only ship 2 pounds per bag and this fits 2 pounds perfectly, so I might as well just use what I have still and use it specifically for the pond. So I need to go ahead and make more of these pond labels like this one here. So I make these using my thermal printer right there. I made the design in Canva for all of my labels and then I just print it from my computer right on that thermal printer. If you're starting a small business or if you're shipping things like on a regular basis, the #1 product I recommend you buy is this thermal printer right here. There's so many different ones out there, so you can, you know, pick and choose whatever you want. I have the Munbin one. I bought it on Amazon. I think I bought it last year on Prime Day. It is a little expensive. It's like $150 maybe, but I think it's so worth it. I think that that was one of the first business expenses I've ever bought. You can print your labels on it for your packages, but you can also make custom labels of different things like this one and all my other labels that I do. You can see those teal stickers in the back there. I use those for this printer as well, and I do make these stickers for my shop. I put these on all of the plants when I package them and on the package. It's really nice because you can just create your own design from scratch on like Canva or Photoshop and print it directly on the thermal printer. I think it's also cheaper in the long run because the thermal printer does not use any ink, it just uses heat, so you never have to worry about buying ink for this thing, and I always recommend that product as a #1 thing you should buy. I'm gonna go ahead and print these labels out really quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the pond and make some bags. when it comes to the pond bags, I only stock as many as I have. So on my shop, normally with any of my like potting mixes and stuff, I leave it as like an infinite amount because I know for sure I always have it. When it comes to the pond, I don't always have it in stock. So I only specifically say that I have a certain amount in stock, which is accurate, so that if I sell like all the bags, the shop will show it as sold out. I had a lot of sales on the pond in the very beginning, and then after that it kind of like slowed down. But as of like last week, we sold out of it again. So I had like a whole bunch on the shop, but then like all of a sudden I sold like 20 bags just out of nowhere. So now I did make some more because I do make the pond myself using multiple ingredients. I did order more supplies though so that I can have a lot at one time, so I don't have to really worry about it. The thing about the pond is that sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to make, I guess. And for a while I was debating like, was it even worth me having it on the shop? But I think I'm just gonna keep it up there for people who still want it. It is kind of expensive for me to make, I'm not gonna lie. Like, pond is expensive in general. It is a little cheaper if you DIY it yourself, like what I do. So this is essentially what pond looks like. This is a dry batch. Pond is just a mixture of different types of lava rock, zeolite, pumice, and charcoal if you want to add charcoal. I do add charcoal in my batches. This is a form of semi-hydroponics for your plants. You treat it the same way you treat leca, if you're familiar with it. If you need some help understanding, I do have a video explaining pond and explaining semi-hydro and how it works and stuff. I am a big leca lover, but as of lately I do like pond. This is what a dry batch looks like, which is going to be put into these bags. When you are using pond or leca, please rinse it before you use it. There's a huge amount of dust on this because at the end of the day, this is rocks, okay? We want to make sure that we rinse it off until it's clear. And please do not rinse this in your tub, do not rinse this in your sink. Take it outside. If you live in a house but has a hose, please use the hose. If you live in an apartment, just get like a bucket of water and like a sifter and just like soak it through until it turns clear, because there is a massive amount of dust on this stuff and that will probably kill your plant. I think I'm just gonna stop here with this for now and save this one for myself because I actually need to do some semi-hydro stuff. A few of my plants need like a couple repots and stuff, so I think I might go ahead and get these listed. I do have a shipment of pond stuff coming this week, so I will definitely have tons more and then I can just easily make them, but I think this is good for right now. Do some quick semi-hydro repotting on a few of my plants that I've taken from downstairs and I wanted to bring upstairs. I showed you guys the plants in my last vlog and they are in terrible condition because I just haven't got around to really taking care of any of the plants down there. So first, let's do the Precio Verde because it looks like this. I don't know what I want to do with it, so I pulled this container out. The other like next biggest container I have is this giant one. And I'm honestly kind of feeling the big one, but it's gonna use so much like material, which kind of sucks. Let me do this one first, and then whatever I have left, I'll use for the other plants. This guy has been in here for a really long time. Oh my gosh. Going everywhere. I'm gonna have to just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Enough. This is why you keep an eye on your stuff. Okay. I had to use my muscles. Whoa! And there we have it. This is a whole piece. I don't even know what to do here, to be honest. I'm just gonna try to loosen as much of it as I can. Good as I'm gonna get. Considering how like tight it was in there, it doesn't have any rot, it's just super tangled, and I've already messed with it a lot, so I'm just gonna leave it. I am gonna put it in this big container though. At this point, I'm not really using this moss pole like as I should be. It's more so just so I can have something for this plant to hold on to. I'm not gonna fill it this time because number one, I don't have any just leca laying around, and number two, I just don't think it really needs it. These moss poles are great because you just stick another one in there like that. I don't really know where I'm gonna put this guy. Maybe I'll put them back downstairs, or maybe I'll bring it up here. So here's what it's looking like. This is a really big vessel, but because this plant is so used to being in a no drainage vessel with pond and leca, I'm not worried about it. I think now it'll do better because it's in something bigger and it can finally grow. Since all of these plants are pretty much used to water, I usually do half the vessel of water and then I refill it once it's empty. When you're just first starting off, a good rule of thumb is to do like 1/3 of the vessel. That's usually like a good place to start, and then depending on how much the plant drinks, you can add more water. And for fertilizer, just use a liquid fertilizer in the water and you're good to go. This is the Hoya multiflora. This is a Hoya that's mostly known for its blooms. As you can see, it's in bloom right now. This blooms very frequent, so if you're looking for a Hoya that blooms a lot, it's definitely this one. And the blooms are really pretty. Sometimes this one even blooms like multiple at once. It hasn't had much activity because, as you can see, seen a picture of this plant like on a trellis or anything. Mine just goes straight up. I don't know if this plant is like supposed to trail or something, but it just grows straight up. Do the Florida Beauty now. This guy is another one that's been in this container way too long, which it's definitely gonna be gross. So if you don't like algae, don't look. Has been propped a lot as well. So this one I got maybe last year. It was a single leaf cutting and it was like completely green. It just grew all these variegated leaves. I got it for like 50 bucks off of somebody on Instagram. I've definitely cut this guy a lot. I had a propagation of this one growing, like a bigger one, and I actually did sell it right before I moved. I sold pretty much everything in my Millsbo that was in there, because trying to just move and renovate and like have all those plants, I just needed to get rid of some because I had a ton, plus like the shop plants and stuff. It was just a lot and I just couldn't focus on caring for them all, so I was like, let me just sell them. Because for me, I don't really have that much attachment to plants. I don't know. I think it's maybe because like I'm a store and I can just kind of get them whenever. I don't know. I don't really have that much of attachment anymore like I used to. So I always feel that like if I sell it now, I can always get another one again. So yeah, that's why I sold everything, because I can just get it again. And at this moment we have Florida Beauties like in stock, so I have a whole bunch of them again. I would say having a shop definitely satisfies my like want and need to like have a plant. Once I have it for the shop, now I have it in my possession and I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's just it. There is a lot of things that I do still get excited for. Like I do love plants like a lot, you know what I mean? I think I appreciate them differently now because I have a store. Here is that guy, all done. The last one is this little Hoya Australis Lisa here. And this one's just gonna go in this container that I've been using to scoop it all out of. And I'm just gonna reuse the pond. I think this was like one of my first Hoyas. I got it from somebody on Facebook. She was super nice too, and she had like, I don't remember her name, but she had so many Hoyas like in her house. And I remember she gave me like a tour of like all her plants. It was crazy. So here's this one in its new little container. And like I said, I'm gonna take these and water these as well. I'm gonna do like half of the container of water. So I'm done with all of the repotting and I'm done with the pond. So I'm just gonna clean up in here and then I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, or I'll see you guys this weekend after, and I'll let you guys know how the restock is going. I've been trying to catch this little corner while the sun hits because it looks so pretty in person, but you can't even tell on camera. This is the little corner of my desk where the elbow is. I put some different plants up here, so I wanted to show you guys. So here is the elbow with the new leaf. It's just on this little stool that I have. I want to get something here that I can like display like all the plants, like a stand or something. I don't really know yet. I have to find something specific for the corner. I also want to put a little cat bed here. I don't know. I have to figure that out, but that's the elbow. I put my Monstera Aria over here. I put it in this little basket. This basket was being used for my snake plant, so I was like, I'd rather use this basket for something cuter. So here is an update with the Aria. This plant was browning before I got it, so There's some browning here. This leaf was cut prior to me having it, and then there's browning here as well. But we have this beautiful leaf on this side, and then this one just unfurled. So still really pretty. This one got a fenestration, so I'm getting kind of excited to see what the next ones bring. Also, I've been loving these butterfly clips. Can you tell? I think they're so cute to just put on like the stems of your plants. I think it just adds like a little cute touch to it. This is a Hoya fungii. I put it on the little heart trellis. I have two of them. Because it came like in a set, so I'll just keep one and then use one just for like plant pictures. I figured I would keep one of the Hoya fungii because we have so many, and I think it looks really cute here. And I got the hang of the butterfly clip. So I was having a hard time with the butterfly clips before, but they clip best when there's like two vines together, because if it's not on like two vines, it like kind of slips through. But I think I did a pretty good job with the trellis, considering I'm not really used to like styling my plants like that. I think it looks cute. I was struggling with it when I was doing the restock, but I've gotten a little bit better at it since then. And then over here, I don't know if this is gonna stay. This is that Hoya multiflora that we just repotted. I don't think it's gonna stay here. I think it's cute for like a picture, but I think I need to move it because it is a semi-hydro plant. I have all my electronics up here, and this morning I woke up and this was on the floor. So that already tells me some of the girls like to get up here in the middle of the night and act crazy. So I don't need to wake up to this being on the ground. It would be really nice to have like something else here. So I'm trying to like figure that out. But yeah, this is my little plant corner. I wanted to show you guys it. I have received so much freaking mail in the last few days, guys. It's almost insane. Probably for like the last week. Every single day, every single mail provider has been to this house. Our neighbors probably think that we're like some crazy shopaholics, but in reality, it's a lot of it is actual inventory and stuff like that that I need for the shop. So yeah, look at all the stuff I have going on here. Look at all these boxes. I did order 2 sets of shipping boxes down here. This is the size I really like to use when I'm buying a box. This is an 18 by 12 by 7. This is a really good size for like the bigger plants, but it also doesn't make the price go up too high. So this is a good size. And then I bought a smaller size here. This is a 12 by 9 by 7. It's kind of like a small medium box that I didn't really have, so I wanted to go ahead and get that. In the corner here, this is where I keep all my other boxes. In there, those are the USPS boxes for priority mail. Those boxes are actually free, so if you're like looking to ship something, you can just go online to their website and order them for free. And then all you have to do is just pay postage. So I can get as many of those boxes as I want. So I do order every single size in the regular priority mail for free. And I just use those mostly. But for the big plants, I do have to order regular boxes. I've been getting my boxes from Staples Advantage, which is their business side of their website. If you're a business, you can go ahead and sign up for it. They have like bundle deals and like a little bit of a discount. All these boxes right here, that is all new inventory, which I'm so excited to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned to you guys I was thinking about bringing those clear acrylic boxes that you can display your plants in or make it like a terrarium, like this box right here. And it has like the open front here. So we finally got them. It took like a month to get here, which was honestly not bad. I'm so excited to bring that to the shop, you guys. I think it's such a cool product. I'm really looking forward to see how you guys display all of your plants in them. So I'm really hoping that I can get them up this coming week. So let me show you what they look like really quick. Each one comes flat and it's individually wrapped in its own plastic wrap so it won't break, and it's gonna be packed and shipped like this. And then I'm gonna put the instructions in there as well on how you guys can set it up. I'm working on making instructions for them like this week. I do know I'm gonna run into a little bit of a struggle because they are clear, and you guys know I be struggling taking pictures of clear stuff. I also did receive a package from a subscriber, from Aaliyah. Aaliyah has sent me stuff in the past, and I'm really excited to open this box. She actually did send me something else back in July. She sent me a birthday gift, so let me show you guys everything that she sent over. Earlier in July, she did send me a birthday gift, and it was so sweet of her. Like, and also you guys, you do not have to send me anything at all. Like, please don't feel like you have to send me anything, but Aaliyah is always so sweet to me. We talk all the time, and we kind of just been like sending stuff back and forth to each other. It's just really awesome being able to like bond with somebody over plants, and that's what's like really cool about the plant community. So thank you so much, Aaliyah. She did get me a little kitty cat card for my birthday, which I'm going to display on my shelving over here. She's literally the sweetest. Like, it has the little cats on it, and she seriously pays attention to literally everything, which the next part is so funny because she knew I was going to be struggling, and look what she bought me. She got me this gardening book for beginners, which she just knew I was going to be struggling out there in the yard. If you guys didn't see the last vlog when I was like talking about the struggles of the yard, oh my gosh, please make sure you go and watch it because it's so funny. This right here is definitely what I needed a few weeks ago. In the beginning, it does talk about like different tools like and what they do for like your garden and stuff, and that's exactly what James and I were struggling with the most, which is hilarious. We had to keep going back and forth to the store because like we were just buying the wrong tools and kind of like using them wrong, and I think that was what was making the yard cleanup process harder. She just knew that like I was going to be like doing the gardening thing and like working on the yard and stuff like that, so this is going to be extremely helpful. So thank you so much, Aaliyah, for the birthday gift. And then she also sent me this huge package this week that I got today. There is definitely plants in here, but I don't know what else is in here. Okay, so we have a little card here, which we'll open the card first. She did write a cute little note in here as well, which I'm not going to share because it's between me and her. How cute. This is so cute, and I love the glitter, and it's pink. And she knows my favorite color and everything. She really pays attention to everything. 3 bags of cocoa husk. Cocoa husk is one of my main ingredients I use in my potting mix. So Aaliyah had mentioned that she wanted to send me a few things that could help me with my business and everything like that. So literally so sweet. Thank you so much. This is awesome. For someone who doesn't pack plants all the time, you did a great job, Aaliyah. Packing plants is not easy, you guys. It's really not, especially if you don't do it like as often as I do. She's definitely been watching the videos, you guys. She taped the plant down here like how I do it. This is an alocasia black stem, and she packed it in pond, which is kind of cool too. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. This is so perfect. I'm so excited to grow this. So we have another one here, which she did the double cup method, which I love. This is a very simple and easy way to pack plants if you're packing like little guys. So this is like another alocasia. It looks like a baby. It says alocasia corazon, which I've never heard of either of these alocasias so far because you guys know I'm not the alocasia expert. This one is unfurling a leaf right now, and it's a baby, so I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm excited. She did put it in perlite as well, and it has some really good roots too. And then we have this little package here. This says alocasia corazon corms. Oh, okay, so she sent us some corms as well. Kind of see them in there. She just put them in the perlite, like in the moist perlite as well. She sent them so that James could grow them out and keep an eye on them because James does love doing propagation stuff and stuff like that. So he's at work right now, so when he comes home, I'm gonna show him these and let him know that she sent these to him. He's really good at the propagation and he loves it, so I'm definitely really lucky having a partner who loves plants as equally as I do. If it wasn't for James, I would have actually never got into plants. He's the one that initiated the whole plant thing, which I can talk about my whole story, but it was James that said, let's go to Lowe's and buy our first plant, and we did, and the rest is like history. So I think that's it for the plant. So thank you so much, Aaliyah. Oh my gosh, like, you guys do not have to send me anything. Like, please, like, you don't have to send me anything. I love sending stuff to you guys. Like, I'm just so grateful just looking at everything right now. Aaliyah is such a considerate person, you guys. Like, taking the time to like pick up on things that I use for the business, taking the time to pick up on things that I like in my personal life, like all of these things. It's just so amazing the people that you meet in the plant community. The plant community can be so kind and so nice. So thank you so much, Aaliyah, again for all this stuff. Everything came wonderful. You did a great job packing the plants. They are in great condition. I'm so proud of you. And then you guys probably peeped it in the background right here. So you guys remember those little plant plushies I got from plushies.com? So I went ahead and made an order so that I could collect them all pretty much because honestly I'm obsessed with them. So don't worry, they're all not for me. Some of them are gonna be gifts and stuff like that. This is the mini Monstera Albo with the half moon. This is actually a dog toy because it's for somebody that has a dog, and it's got a squeaker in it, so cute. Then we got this one here. This is the Anthurium Queen. You can kind of see the little face. This one's in like the teal pot. The Anthurium Queen is like another one of my favorite types of Anthurium. I do not enjoy growing it. I had to learn the hard way with that plant, but I do love it. I love the way it looks. I remember when I first saw the queen at an Ecuagenera freaking pop-up, they were like this big and like I couldn't resist it, and guess what, it died. Yep, sure did. So yeah, never again. This is their Philodendron Pink Princess. It has a solid pink leaf, it has a half moon leaf, and then it has a solid green leaf. Literally so cute, and I love that it's pink. And then we have another one of the Monstera albos. And then I also got their newest plushie, which is this one. It is a Hoya Crimson Queen, and it has the little blooms, you guys. And this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at the blooms, you guys. So freaking adorable. Like, be for real. This is so cute. Like I said, I did buy these myself. The first set of ones that I already had, they were sponsored, but I did go ahead and purchase these myself because I do love them so much. And they're also a small business, and you guys know I love to support small businesses, so I'm super happy with these. Last night I spent a lot of time reorganizing my desk. I didn't really record it because I kind of got in like a mood where I just wanted to just start cleaning and reorganizing things. So I kind of just got up and just started doing it, but this is where we're at as of right now. I have some empty space right here, so I thought it would be really cute to put one of the acrylic plant display cases there and display some of my little plants. And I also think it's great too because the window is here, so they will get a lot of light as well. So let's set one up. When you order the display case, I'm going to ship it in this bubble wrap like this, and inside there is 7 pieces. I'm also going to provide you guys instructions as well. I just have to get everything printed out, so I'm going to work on that this week, and then these will be up this Thursday, probably when this video comes out. The instructions, I think I'm going to have it as a QR code that you scan with your phone, and it's going to take you back to my shop website, and I'm going to have the instructions on the site just so that I'm not printing out so much paper and stuff like that. There's 2 of these long ones here, and then there's 2 of these short ones. These ones all go together like a box. It's really simple, and it's also really hard to see, so I apologize. Essentially everything just snaps together like that. See here, it's like that. You just snap on the other long one on the back, just like that. So then you have this box like this, and then there's 3 more pieces. So then you have the door, which is the one with the lip in the front. You have the back piece, which is the one that does not have the opening in the middle. And then you have this one here with the magnets. This is the one that the door connects to. Doesn't matter the order that you do it in, but this is the front. So I'm just gonna stick this on first, and you just pop it in, and then you just pop this one on. So then you have your back piece on, and then the front is open still. And then you're gonna put the front one with the door. The door at the bottom has these little pegs here that fit right into here. You'll see them when you do it. And then there you have it. It's all done. So it opens from the front like this, which is super convenient because I didn't really like the soccer IKEA greenhouse, the original one that opened from the top. I know that the newest one that they have does open from the front, but I don't like that angled design. I feel like you lose a lot of space when it's like angled on the top. So this is like equal amount of space, which I really love. You can stack these on top of each other. You can even put them on its side like this and have it like this, which I think I'm going to do that for here because it's like the perfect fit, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so I think I like that a lot. So you can display your tall plants there, and then you can also stack stuff on top, put stuff around it, really decorate it and make it look really cute. So let's go ahead and get some plants in there. So here is the finished product of the desk, sort of finished. I still want to add a few more things here and there. Like in this big open space on the wall, I just ordered a really nice print. I'll show you guys in the next vlog when I get it. I'm so excited for it. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna get that hung up there, and I think that will fill the space really nicely. Keep in mind, this desk is where I fulfill orders. It's also where I edit YouTube videos. I do spend a lot of time at this desk. And this room is just like, I don't know, this room makes me feel really happy and everything, so it's very pleasant. So I really wanted my desk to have my personality but also be functional for my small business. The printer is such an eyesore, but I need a printer for my small business. Like, I have to be able to print out orders and like invoices and all types of stuff. So I just have it up here, like kind of hidden out of the way. So I have the allocation plushie here. This is my microphone. This is what I use to do voiceovers for my YouTube videos. I have like my computer. I have some storage drive stuff on there. I have the little Monstera Alba back there. This little cute rabbit, little trinket my mom got me when I first moved into like my first apartment like 6 years ago. Fun fact about me, I used to raise rabbits. Rabbits are one of my favorite animals besides cats. I put the little queen plushie here because I think it's cute in the corner, and it also hides some of the wires back there because I'm not good at like cable management. Same old stuff, my keyboard and mouse pad there from Amazon. I decided to put my label maker on this side because I feel like I'll have more space over here. So I got this label printer from Amazon. It's by the Munbin brand. And then we have this little corner here that I showed you guys earlier. And then at the top, I just have my 2 art prints from my friend. Her Etsy is Kill Only Time Studio. I'll link it. On my middle shelf, I have some birthday cards, and then I have my proud plant parent mug. And then here I just have all my small business stickers that I use all the time. And then on the bottom here, we have the cat's new bed. Cookie was already using it. I'll insert a clip here. It's so cute. So yeah, I found this cute bed on Amazon. This is what the bed actually looks like, but I got that cute little pet blanket on Amazon as well because it's pink, and the girls really love like soft stuff like this because they like to do like the kneading thing. But yeah, this is so cute. This also works if you have like a small dog as well. So that is all I have for you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. I am going to be jumping right into the next week's vlog, so you're gonna see me in the same outfit probably, but I have a ton of stuff to do this week and it just would not fit in this video. So look out for next week. And remember, the plant display cases, they're going to be available on my shop, plantlifelex.com, on Thursday, August 10th. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!